Okay, we're learning the Pesachim Daf Ches, the Lagabe Inyan of Shlucha Mitzvah. The Gemara says, Amar Rabbi Elazar, Shlucha Mitzvah enam nizokim lo ba'alichosom lo b'chazirosom. Somebody, he's a Shliach Mitzvah, they send him to do some mitzvah, so he's not going to be hurt, not on the way to do the mitzvah, and not on the way coming back from the mitzvah. Rabbi Elazar, the Omar, Kihai Tana, Rabbi Elazar, that says this opinion, the Shlucha Mitzvah, they're not getting hurt, not on the way to do the mitzvah, not on the way back. He holds like this Tana. The Tanya, Isi ben Yehuda Omer. Isi ben Yehuda Omer. Klappe Shomro Torah, there's a posuk in Torah, in Shmois. V'lo yachmod ish es artzecho. It's meaning, no one will desire your land, meaning no one gonna go after your land. When you do 3 times a year Aliyah L'Regel, you're Shliach Mitzvah, you're going to do Mitzvah of Aliyah L'Regel. 3 times a year you're going to Yerushalayim to Beis HaMikdash. So your cow will graze in a meadow. A wild animal would not going to hurt it. Your hen going to go pick in the garbage. A weasel not going to hurt it. Now, so why it's going to be like this, that nobody going to hurt your property? Because you are Shliach Mitzvah, you're going to Yerushalayim, you left your home, things going on over there, and nobody going to hurt them. Well, Dvarim Kal V'chomer, it says it's Kal V'chomer. Uma elu shedarkom lizok and nizoikin. These things, they naturally they could get hurt. A cow could get hurt from a beast. A hen could get hurt from a weasel, and Hashem promised because you do the mitzvah, they won't get hurt. Bnei Adam shen darkon lizoik al achas kama v'kama. How much more people? They're usually more protected. And Rashi brings why people more protected. He says the Adam isle mazola. A person has a muzzle, looks like unlike an animal, and he's not going to get so easily get hurt. So if they protected the animals, how much more the people? So there's in this Rashi there's few more pirushim. He himself in different places says different things. This one, like he says over there, they have a muzzle. So we see now the second pirush is a person has a seichel. He is more smarter a person than animals. So for them, it's easier to get hurt than to you. You're more intelligent. You could make sure you shouldn't get hurt. So that's the second pirush. The third, all of this you could plug in the pirush of Rashi. The third pirush is Rashi in a different place says a person has a mazel, a person has a malach. Every person has an angel to protect him. Animals don't have this angel to protect them. And that's why if Hashem protects your animals while you go to do Shalosh Regolim, how much more He's going to protect if you left any children at home, anybody at home, how much more He's going to protect them. Then there's a fourth pirush, that the person has more hashgacha than anybody else. He has hashgacha protis de protis, more protection from Hashem, more than the animals. If the animals being promised not to get hurt, how much more a person? Now, how do we know this? The Rambam writes in Moira Nevuchim that the Hashgacha of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, it's only on Min HaMedaber, only on the highest. There's 4 levels. Damim Tzomech Chai Medaber. The lowest level, it's non-movable objects. The one level higher, it's the plants, and one level higher, it's the animals, and the highest level, it's Medaber. People that have intellect, they have seichel. And the Rambam says the Hashgacha of Hashem, it's only on Mina Medaber, people on people, nothing less than people. So the Mittel Rebbe explained, many commentators had a problem with that Rambam, so he explained what the Rambam means. Obviously the whole world under Hashgacha of Hashem. Hashem, He watches everybody. But the highest the level of the creation, there's more protection over there. So the person that's hashgacha protis de protis, very, very extra. So that's why the Gemara says kal v'chomer. Odom yesh lo mazel, meaning he's on a higher level, he's the highest level of creation. if the animals are protected, how much more people are protected? Anyway, so the Gemara says now, only ela bahalicha, that protection that's offered when they're going to Beis Hamikdash. Bechazara minayim, when they finish the mitzvah already, they're not shlucha mitzvah anymore. They're coming back from the mitzvah. They're coming back home from Yerushalayim. How do you know there is still a protection to all this? Talmud Loimar, there's a posuk in Dvorim, uponisu baboiker v'alachta l'ohalecha. It says, when you get up in the morning after Yom Tov, you're going to go back to your tent, to your home. What's it called? Uponisu baboiker v'alachta l'ohalecha, to your tent. Melamed shel telech v'timtza ohalecha b'sholem. You're going to go home. You're going to see everything is not untouched. Nobody hurt you. Nobody robbed you. Oh, the Gemara says, if Hashem offered you protection, even when you go back home after you did the mitzvah, so why do you need to offer protection when you go to do the mitzvah? How much more? If when you finish the mitzvah, you're going home already, you're not shliach mitzvah, Hashem going to protect you. How much more when you're going to do the mitzvah? The Gemara says, the Rav Ami, the posuk take, we don't need a posuk to tell you that when you're shliach mitzvah, you're protected, because it's kal v'chomer. If when you go back after you finish the mitzvah, you're protected, how much more you're protected when you're going to do the mitzvah? Ella, there's a different limud we're learning from that pasuk. What we're learning? The Rav Ami. Rav Ami. Kol odom sheyesh lo karka oila l'regel, she'en lo karka en oila l'regel. What says over there? To teach you who has a chiyuv, who has a mitzvah to do aliyah l'regel 3 times a year, only if you own a land. If you don't own a land, you're potter. That's what I said. If it's no artzacha, there's no need for you to go to Yerushalayim. Who has a mitzvah to go to Yerushalayim? To be aliyah l'regel 3 times a year, only if you have a land. Now, what's the connection? If you have a land, you have to do the mitzvah. If not, you don't do the mitzvah. So Maharsha explains that the whole idea of going 3 times a year to Yerushalayim, it was because if you had a land, obviously you had produce. So you have a lot of Meiser Sheni. Meiser Sheni, it's something you don't give to poor people, you take with you to eat in Yerushalayim. You have every year Bikurim, the first fruits Hashem gave you, you take the best of the first fruits and you eat it in Yerushalayim. And the idea was when you go to Yerushalayim, you share it with the aniyim, with the poor people. So if you have no land, what are you going to go and share with them over there? That was the main idea. You go with the blessing Hashem gave you in your land, wherever you live, in Tel Aviv, and Haifa, and Bet Shemesh, and you go to Yerushalayim and you share this with the poor people. So that's why when you have no land, you don't have to go there. And it says, and that's why the Gemara says that the Aliyah L'Regel was mamash l'Shem mitzvah over there. No, it wasn't just to see something nice in Yerushalayim, to go out a little bit, to travel. No, it was to do the mitzvah. And that's why the Gemara says, Omar Rav Avin v'Ravad Omar Rav Nema en peres ginoiser b'Yerushalayim. They didn't have in Yerushalayim fruits of ginoiser. That was a very sweet fruit growing in the north part of Israel. It wasn't in Yerushalayim. Because people might say, I know what I'm going to Yerushalayim. There's special fruits over there. I'm going to eat that. This way, no, you're not going for the fruits. There's no fruits. That's if they go up north. So why are you going there? You're going to serve Hashem. You're going to share what Hashem gave it with others. It says, it comes out, you don't do the mitzvah. The whole idea, the mitzvah protecting you because you're doing L'Shem mitzvah. That's why Hashem says, Yerushalayim, you're going just for the mitzvah. There's no special fruit for you over there. Amar Rav Dostai, Barab Yanim, Pnema en Chame Tver of Yerushalayim. In Tver we have a special hot springs. Why don't we have in Yerushalayim the same thing? Natural hot water. Maybe when over there people would say, I'm going there to enjoy myself in the hot springs over there. No, they don't have any there in Yerushalayim. That's up north again. So that's why the Hashem did the whole aliyah of Yerushalayim. It's L'Shem Shamayim, and that's why when you have a land, then aliyah L'Shem Shamayim, you're going to do mitzvah with your aliyah to share your blessing with others, and that's why you protect it both ways. Well, you go there when you're not, and I'm going to finish with the Maral Mifrak says the shluchim mitzvah and the zoikin, because shekol asher yikonas bechelek Hashem yisborach. The mitzvah is of mitzvah Hashem. If you connect to Hashem through the mitzvah, hamazikim mistalkim emena. No one is going to hurt you. The mazikim go away from you when you're connected to Hashem. Nobody wants a mess with somebody who's connected to the king. They want to take somebody vulnerable. So the more you connected to Hashem, your shliach mitzvah, then all the mazikim leave you.